All right, what is up, everybody? Good evening. We're doing this a little bit later today. Um, Today's been hectic. My sister had a baby shower this morning, so I was busy with that. So here we are in the evening. All right, so let's go ahead and just do our prayer like we always do. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so much. We come to you grateful. We come to you humble. We come to you open with our hearts, Lord, to receive the blessings that you have set for us, to receive the blessings and the victories that your Son, Jesus Christ, won for us, to receive the prosperity and the abundance that you have created for us, and to walk ultimately in our purpose, or excuse me, your purpose for our lives, Lord. Lord, in this analysis that I am going to do, I pray that you would bless me with the understanding and insight of the things that may happen in the market today, that we may have a good last week of the second quarter in 2024 trading. Lord, I pray everybody watching this video, everybody on YouTube, everybody on the Zoom call, Lord, I pray you would bless them and bless their journey in Forex, Lord, and allow them to draw closer to you through this experience, Lord, because ultimately you are what we want at the end of the day, and you are what is most important. I pray these things in Jesus' mighty name. Amen. What's up, Rob? Right on time.
Oh yeah. I planned it perfectly. I got off work. I got off work at 4 o'clock Eastern time. I just finished cooking dinner for me and my daughter. Hey, I'm ready.
Oh, dope. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I had family stuff this morning, so I was just like, let's just do it later instead of cramming it way earlier in the day. So cool. I'm glad that worked out for you.
How was your day today?
What was that? Say that one more time.
How was your day?
How was my day? Oh, wow, my internet is not good. It was good. It's been busy. My sister had a she had a baby shower, my younger sister. So kind of like I don't know, I'm a family member, so yeah, it's fun, but I'm also one of the people that is like, setting up, tearing down, doing all that stuff, fine tuning all the details, stuff like that. But overall, it's been good. It's 105 degrees out here today, over by Sacramento in California. So it's hot and it was like kind of indoor outdoor thing. So a little tired, but it's been a good day.
Yeah, I can understand that because where I'm at on the East Coast, like the complete opposite of you. It's been hot over here also, so I've been dealing with the heat all day.
Yeah. How hot does it get where you're at?
Uh, Today it got up into the upper 90s, so it wasn't as hot as what you had, but it was hot. To me, it was too hot. So I say inside as much as possible. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. No, once it hits like 95 degrees, it's like all the same to me, honestly. Like I'm cool until like 90-ish, 95, but once it hits that, I'm like literally everything's like 120 degrees to me. It's just way too hot. But we need that sunshine. Okay. All right, we're gonna start with the dollar like we always do. So last week we said that the dollar was breaking out of its downtrend, and that it could either um it was just going to retrace, and continue to push higher, which was our bias. And I didn't check it on Friday, but I think that's what it ended up doing. Yeah, it did. So it didn't give a super deep retracement. Let's see here. But it did retrace and then it just pushed higher. It made a new high. So I think it's definitely safe to say that we're going to create not just another high in this trend, but eventually another high in this trend. Um, so we'll hopefully break this level. Um, and it just gave healthy price action and a bullish direction on the daily. So we have definitely cleared this area. So that was a pretty good analysis that we did last week on that one. Okay. So dollar wise, I just kind of want to see what the 3-week candle looks like. The 2-week. Okay, we're in the middle of this one.
Hey, Rosebud, I want you to know I can't see your screen. I don't know if you're sharing it or not.
Oh, let me see. Oh no, I was not sharing it. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, basically what I
All right.
just go ahead.
No, all right. I'll say, all right, we're good now.
Okay. So basically what I said was I mean you heard what I said, but I'll just show you. So like on our analysis last week, I'm sure you remember, but just for the screen, we were looking for some sort of retracement and for price to continue bullish. And so that's exactly what price did. It didn't give a super deep retracement, but it did retrace nonetheless. Take note how it came down and it swept this level of liquidity. And that was its turning point, which was a Tuesday, which I always talk about, you know, the Tuesday, Wednesday point in time of the week, which is usually a pivotal point in time. So that's exactly what it did. And it pushed higher. So it definitely established this uptrend a lot more. So that just gives me more confidence that it's going to continue higher. And then if we go out to, let's just go to the weekly. The weekly, we have this overall uptrend that we're in, right? So on the macro time scale, we can now confidently look for this level to be taken right here, because this is the overall trend that price is trending in right now. And so we can anticipate price to come up and hopefully break this level. So that's going to be like our next target, because now that we have a more mature trend on the micro time frame. So that'll be definitely our next level of significance for price to push up into. Let's see. Week of See, I don't even know what I'm typing right now. That's how you know it's too hot out here. 23rd, 24.
Might have some heat.
You said what?
I said you might have some heat stress.
Probably, honestly. But you know, oopsie, why did that happen? That's weird. 06, 23. Okay, perfect. So, I mean, it looks like the indices are gonna, well, the NASDAQ is gonna keep heading down, but we'll see about that. That's every time I say that, it goes right up. Okay. So just pretty simple, you know, if we have our macro target, which is this level here, it's really simple. We have price moving in a healthy uptrend. So we have a low, we have a high, we have a low, we have a high, we have a low, and then a new high. So we just do rinse and repeat what we do, what we've done for like since last week is you can take this last price leg and you can fib this and say, okay, I want to see price retrace into this area before it continues higher. Or what some people like to do is, especially after you get a continuation of the change of character that was bullish here, they'll actually take this whole entire leg and look for a retracement of this whole entire, because on some time frame this is like a bullish candle, you know what I'm saying? um and so some people would look and they'll actually fib like this whole level, and they'll look for price to retrace into here before it goes higher, which honestly both of them are valid to me. That's why I was looking at the other 3-week time frames. 2-week, so like see, these are like all bullish candles. And then let's just check the monthly real quick too. That would be cool if we could break this level by the end of the month and get another bullish order block here, but we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I'm deleting these. Okay, so let's go back. So that being said, uh both of those are valid, but sometimes price won't give you a deeper retracement. Like if you saw when I went to the 3-week candle, there was 13 days left for it to be closed, and then on the 2-week I think it was like 6 days left for it to be closed. So sometimes you won't get a retrace of this whole leg until those candles close, and so price will just keep trending up, right? And then it will come down and retrace and give you, like, maybe it'll break this first before it comes back down and retraces and then goes higher, right? So I would just say, like, keep that in the back of your mind that price could go lower, but for right now you want to anticipate like the closest objectives to you. So we'll just focus on this area right here to continue higher. And if price breaks this low, then we'll start taking into consideration, okay, it's doing a deeper retracement of this whole entire leg right here. But so, like I said, both of those ways are valid, but I would just focus on this one first, because the last thing you want to do is sit here and wait for it to come into a deeper retracement and it just bounces here and takes off without you. So until it like breaks this level or something, then I wouldn't worry about that. I would just worry about fibbing this price like first. Um, can never with this word. Okay, so basically option one here would look like, sorry, let me turn my phone on. Okay, so option one here, and I'm not going to mark these fib levels because I don't mark them for myself. And I know people are on here, but you know, you can do it. So option one would look like this. We get a open higher on Sunday-ish, Sunday, Monday-ish, and then price comes down. So we get that open higher because it wants to sweep something in here. Like I could see a little bit of consolidation right there, but the week's high is usually a pretty good point of liquidity. So we could see that get taken and then price sells into the retracement levels. Here we have a golden zone, which is between the 50% and the 61.8%. We also have the 70% to the 88%, which has the 78% in the middle of it. That is optimal trade entry zone. So we could see price take out Sunday's open and last week's high, come into some area that I just specified. And this would be our Monday, Tuesday, or excuse me, this would be our Tuesday, Wednesday, right? And then price takes off to make its new high. I'll just put this at the -27. I honestly think price could reach for this macro objective by the end of this month. But we shall see. We shall see. Okay, yeah, so that is what I meant by option one. And then option two would kind of look like this. Like maybe we get like, I don't know, some consolidation here, but price moves down through Monday and then kind of comes up Tuesday, Wednesday-ish, and then like continues. And then the week ends here, right? And then like next week, we'll see something happen right here at the beginning, and then it continues higher the following week. Or it could be doing this because it wants to break structure and go lower, like I was saying. Particularly because this is the end of a month, let alone the end of a quarter and the end of basically a 6-month candle as well. Next week begins a new version, not a new version, a new candle of each of those time frames I just said. And Power of Three states that price is going to move in the opposite direction first of where it's actually going to go. So maybe we could get delete this. So maybe our option one would be valid, right? Because it wants to hit that objective before the month ends, because the next month is also going to be bullish. And so at the beginning of July, it would need to push down in the opposite direction of where it's really going, which is up. If that makes sense. I hope I didn't like make that too confusing. I kind of just like to like, okay, cool.
It makes sense.
So those are the two options I see happening. I think I also put that it could be like a consolidation. So that would pretty much just look like, I don't know, like this. We just get price moving in here for the week, which I doubt that'll happen because usually there are places to be, people to see for this, for price, when it's getting close to the end of its candle. So that being said, let's look at the 6-month candle now. I know people don't look at the 6 month candle. Okay. Okay. See, this totally supports what I just said. So clearly we have 1 week left of this white candle here. And it's obviously closing in a order block that's bullish, right? So when we have the new candle that opens, we want to see price push down to retrace this candle, and then it pushes up because it needs to tap this body, right? So there you go. Let's check the 3 month. 3 month. Yeah, that's so annoying. This it literally consolidated for most of this quarter. That's crazy. Barely went anywhere. Um, Same thing here. So if this closes bullish, and hopefully we could get a break of a higher level to invalidate this one, but you all saw that bullish order block. So that's gonna trump a 3 month bearish order block. Um, Obviously we're gonna get a reaction here, and so that would also explain why at the beginning of the next 6 month candle or the next 6 months, we may see a move down because this is still reacting off this order block right here as well. So that all lines up perfectly. When this candle closes, you can just take a fib to it and say, okay, where's price going to retrace to? And then you can layer it as well, which with another fib. And you can kind of say, okay, the 50% of the 6 month is kind of close to the OTE of this one. So you can start layering your confluences. But we're gonna stick to, I might have to do like an actual like higher time frame analysis and record it. Because it's very helpful, and I would say mandatory for when you're coming out and you're closing out certain times, such as a quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, or a monthly candle, a 6 month candle, a 3 month candle. You want to pay attention to what those candles look like, and you want to do an analysis on those time frames, because those are going to be your higher objectives, your higher time frame objectives. So yeah, so I think we're good on the dollar. I knew this was going to take a bit longer than normal because we're coming to the close. We can fib this weekly candle too, just to see where price might come this week. I think I already did that. Not really. A little bit different. Okay, yeah. So anticipate price coming to around this level. Um, oh yeah. And the 78 is right on this order block right here. So that was probably a high probability area for price to come and retrace into if we do get a healthy retracement before it expands. So just keep your eyes on that. Daily order blocks are really influential. That's annoying. Did I not put a picture down here? Oh, well. Okay, so I really enjoyed doing analysis or having my analysis done on the futures charts this week, particularly for the Dow Jones MNQ1. I'm still having to go and check what these things are called. Q1. Okay, so all right, so let's go take a peek at our last analysis. Okay, yeah, this analysis was pretty spot on too. Price may push up. For like the bullish week, at least our bullish option, which is option number 2. So price may push up in the beginning of the week to the negative 27 and then sell the second half of the week. And that's pretty much what it did. Juneteenth threw me off last week because I'm sitting here on Wednesday, like normally this is when price pivots, right? And the market is not moving. I'm like, what is going on? And then I realized I was like, oh, it's Juneteenth. They closed the markets. Because I don't know if they did that last year. I think it's really new this year. Or maybe they did do it last year. I just don't remember. But I was tripping. I was like, what is going on? I thought like all my settings were messed up or something. It was pretty funny. Okay, so price pushed up, but it pushed up. Let's see. It pushed up a lot higher than I anticipated it to. Here we go. Here's Sunday. Yeah, so it did push up. Here we go. Okay, here's Sunday open. So it did push up in the beginning of the week, and then the market was closed here on Tuesday. And then once Thursday hit, price started to sell off for the rest of the week. But it did push up significantly higher than I had expected it to. I think my level was just the negative 27, which is totally fine. But so it didn't make it down into these areas, which that's what I was anticipating the sell to hit. However, it did still sell pretty significantly for the NASDAQ. So that was cool. Now the question is it going to keep selling or is it going to continue to go up? I think we might get something that looks like this. Broke structure here, and then it came and filled these fair value gaps in here, and then it sold off again. It didn't quite, it did break structure here. This low, it did break 100%. And then it had consolidated here for a bit. So this you could consider to be like a liquidity sweep. You know what I'm saying? So I'll label that liquidity. And we can label this market structure shift after sweep. Okay, so then that would make these two areas right here our displacement. So just looking at it right now that I put that box there, you can see that it tapped into it already. Hmm. Okay, sorry, I'm thinking. I don't mean to get quiet. I'm just thinking. Um, Interesting. What was happening in May that caused the sell off? I can't remember. June. I think it had to do with Iran, I want to say. Okay. So just from the looks of it, okay, so it's giving a lot of bearish signals here. Like I just listed, daily bearish order block with an imbalance. Price has broken 4-hour structure to the downside, giving that market structure shift following displacement. One of the displacement has been tapped into already here. And then we have this one up here. So I'm getting a lot of bullish, or excuse me, bearish signals right now. So because this is already tapped into, you know what I'm saying? It might not come back up if it was to continue selling off. So um Hmm. So I would say maybe our Sunday looks like this, and then if we do get a retracement, I'm just gonna put this arrow in the middle of here because I don't know exactly where it's gonna retrace to. We have both of these gaps on the 4 hour time frame. But it could come to either of them. If you were to fib this bearish expansion right here, you could use the fib levels to try to figure out where it's going to come to. But the important part is that you know it's going to retrace. And then you want to see if it continues to sell. So this would be like our Tuesday, Wednesday, right? So Sunday, Monday-ish, up, Tuesday, Wednesday, sell off, is what we want to anticipate. And there's multiple levels down here. So obviously we have all this imbalance right here that has not been filled. Here's the order block that has not been mitigated. That is an hourly order block though. Let's go to a higher time frame real quick. Okay, yeah, so still imbalance here. Okay. Um, bullish order block right here. So price could just come into here by the end of the week. Or we have these relative equal lows, which that would be our next and furthest objective, which the way NASDAQ moves can totally happen. And then if you keep looking further, there's more imbalance, more order blocks, stuff like that. Um, so if price does give us a down move this week, that's what it's going to look like. Hopefully, that would be cool if it would give us a really good position like that to get in. So and then let's be real, NASDAQ could literally just turn around and like make a new high. It happens all the time. So to me, it's all timing, like where price is at what time during the week. So I'm just going to create an example here. Say price is like, yeah, cool. This tap right here is good enough for me. And we get like a Sunday, Monday push a little bit higher. And then price sells off like immediately. Maybe price will just sell off for the remainder of the week. We have seen that before. Or it could sell just to come into here by Tuesday, Wednesday-ish, maybe Thursday-ish. I don't know. This thing can cover a lot of ground in a day or two, and then it turns around and just gives us a new high. So just always be aware of that option because it definitely is very plausible when it comes to the indices. I know that our analysis on the dollar is bullish, so that would align with a bearish analysis on NASDAQ as well. But I've just learned with these markets to just never say never, especially NASDAQ. Um, okay, so the other thing I just thought of on option 2, if we do get a bullish week, I could see it just coming into here to then sell off in the next upcoming week. It doesn't have to make a new high. And here's why. Because of this gap right here. So we have our bearish order block. And then we have our imbalance. Get this out of the way. Oopsie. We have our imbalance between this wick and this wick, right? So maybe price just wants to come into here. And this candle would still end bullish, right? It might just have a long wick. And then the next upcoming week or month or quarter or 6-month candle, however you want to phase it, because it's going to be bullish. I would anticipate it's going to be bullish. I highly doubt they're lowering interest rates this year, let alone September. But so basically at the beginning of all those timeframes I just said, if price is going to be bullish, which right now I do anticipate it to be bullish at the moment, at least in the first quarter, for a lot of reasons, which I'll go into, price will start to move down. So then we could get maybe a move lower like that. So that's what that meant at the end of option 2. So where's October? July. Okay, yeah. So July, to my knowledge, is the month where the Fed comes out every year with. Okay, so basically October is the end of the fiscal year for the federal purse and like the federal government and how they like run their money. Okay. So their 2025 starts in October. All right. So every July, the Fed comes out with a ticket that says how much money they need to print for the upcoming year of 2025. And they know how much money they need to print for things such as, it's mostly just like how much cash was destroyed, like ripped in half, like that needs to be replaced. And for like a number of other reasons. But typically, like if the number's small, it doesn't really have an effect. You know what I'm saying? Like on the dollars market. But if the number is like huge and they just add a bunch of random stuff in there, and they're like, we just need more money to be printed for whatever reason, then that's obviously going to inflate the dollar to have a lot more cash printed into the market. So that could push the dollar down, which would technically push the indexes up. So we'll have to see what happens. But I do truly believe in price action. Like I genuinely believe the markets will tell us what is future event is going to happen. I need to figure out what actual date that ticket comes out in July. But it's literally on the internet. I wonder if I actually have it. Let's see. Hmm. Is it this one? No, it's not. I'll have to find it again. So that's not something that's usually talked about in the media. But it's good to be aware of. right. Is there anything I'm missing on this analysis? I think we're good on this one. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely gave us a long ejection wick too right here. So we shall see what happens. Okay. So US 30 was kind of opposite of um, NASDAQ this week. So last week our analysis was oopsie. Okay, so and of course there's no picture. Did I not put a picture? Whatever. Okay, so basically option number 2 to me played out because on this one the sell side I was referring to was that trendline liquidity that never was swept. But so option 2 kind of played out, and basically it just broke this level here, which was a higher time frame high on the daily time frame. I'm gonna delete this. It broke and then it just retraced a bit and then it just continued to push higher. So it just broke out of this. It didn't come down into here and sweep this at all. So it's kind of interesting. Like this one was moving bullish while the NASDAQ was moving lower. Excuse me. And let's see. I can't remember if we were saying, because like the overall chart, like the price action just looks bearish to me still, you know, because obviously we had this push down, broke structure here, came up and retraced, filled in this inbound, and then it sold off again. And it broke the structure. It just has yet to retrace it. So that could be what price is doing right now. You could even consider this, you know, a break of structure as well. The price would have already came in and filled that right here that needs to be filled. Even this wick came in and tapped right here too. So I still see opportunity for price to sell on this chart. But right now, the lower time frame trend is bullish. So just be aware of that. I'm just going to call that a chalk. Okay, so price is basically, if this break of structure is going to hold for it to continue lower, like price is exactly where it needs to be for us, for it to tell us what it's about to do. So what was that? MYM. I forget. MYM1. Bearish. Yeah, I don't know. To me, price looks bearish until realistically this high gets broken. Um, all right, so if we get a bearish week, if we get a bearish week, let me look at the chart real quick. Can't off the top of my head. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying it's right where it needs to be is I didn't even fib that and I knew it was in the optimal trade entry. So it's like price has obviously this is a break of structure right here. Price come down and now it's retracing, it's break of structure, right? And it's in it hit the 70. Here's our 78. So if price wants to continue to be bearish, we could see like, I don't know, this would be our Sunday, right? And then we get a sweep of last week's high. Not only does it sweep last week's high, it's going to fill this imbalance right here and it's going to hit the 78%. And then start breaking down here. I don't know how low it would go. Maybe it would break this low. Maybe it would just push down here. But we'll just keep the arrow like right there. So time frame was that? 4 hour. We have a little bit of an imbalance right here as well, and an order block. So maybe price wanted to go higher to do that one. But same thing, it still sweeps last week's high and hits the 78. So just keep that one in the back of your mind. Okay. All right, let's just check on our 3 month candle real quick. Long wick. So if this pushed bearish for the remaining 6 days, the remaining week, then this would definitely be, this would close in the with a longer wick, signifying more of a rejection. Mm. All right. These are also relative equal highs right here too, that are pretty obvious as well. So I would not be surprised if this got taken out in the beginning of part of the week if it is going to be a bearish week. That's too easy right there. Our other option would obviously be, here's Sunday right here. Taps maybe the OTE, I don't know. And then this would be our Monday. Tuesday would be a down move. It could just fill these imbalances, tap this order block. I don't like that order block though. I like this one better right here. These are relative equal lows right here, so let me just mark that real quick. So it's on the same page. So we could see like price sweep Sunday, Monday-ish, sell off Tuesday, Wednesday-ish until Tuesday, Wednesday-ish. Either to this level, maybe to down here into these levels, or maybe all the way even down to here, which would be crazy, but I mean, you know, it happens. And but let's just like do this right here for a second. And then price pushes higher again. Because remember, like this is still trending bullish. So we have like a low here, high, low, high, low, barely a high, low, high, low, high. Okay. So price may just bounce at this support level right here and make a new high. And this could be our Tuesday, Wednesday. This would be our Sunday, Monday. And this is how the week finishes. Um, or it could do a sweep, which happens all the time. Okay. Let's take a peek at the news real quick. So we've got a Fed speaker. Final GDP. Final GDP? What does that mean? Oh, okay, release quarterly. I was like, what? All right, that makes sense. Interesting. I'm gonna have to look into that more because I wonder if it's like a GDP of the whole entire quarter, like collectively, or if it's literally like the final GDP data that came in. I'll have to look into that. So nothing too crazy this week though. But it looks like we have enough red folders for, some stuff to move. Hopefully we don't get a week of consolidation. That would be so annoying. But yeah, anyway, that's it. That's what we have for the day. I actually put um S&P on here too, the futures chart, which is moving very, very identical to the NASDAQ, as I always say. We just basically had consolidation on this one this last week. But yeah, all right, so that's the analysis for the last week of June, the last week of the second quarter, the last week of the first half of 2024. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're 8 minutes over. I knew that was gonna happen. These ones always take longer because of the time that's at. But yeah, so if you're watching this on YouTube and you like what you see, definitely I encourage you to join our community, Regnum Exchange. If you're a brother or sister in Christ, I encourage you to please spread the word of this community. We are a faith-based community, so go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things so we can hit that algorithm. But other than that, I will see you guys on the next analysis.
Thank you, Rosebud.